Good morning. Back on the boat again to do DIY. As you know, I dislike intensely the green carpet.
It's lovely.
Well, we've done the galley, and that's one side of the boat is now been finished up to the kitchen.
Yeah, it's looking really good, isn't it?
Grove. Looks excellent. So I thought, as Adrian was doing some jobs the other day, I thought, I'll come and remove the green carpet from the bedroom. And nice wood.
So that's what's behind at the moment, and it's, you can almost paint that, but it's a bit messy, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we've got a template.
The original carpet, which came off practically in one piece.
And we're going to use this. Hold on, the show, go around your way.
But hang on a minute. I warn people, the sticky stuff behind it.
Oh, this sticky stuff on here is vile.
Awful.
But anyway, so we've got bought some plywood.
Correct.
3.6mm plywood. Because it's just basically to cover up that stuff that would be alright if you paint it, but not perfect. So this is really nice. And the downside is, of course, we lose 3.6mm plus a little bit, so 4mm of sleeping space on the bed.
I don't think so, because I think this carpet's 4mm. Or nearer, damn it, so we're not going to lose any sleeping space. I'm not going to lose sleep over...
Literally, a couple of mil. Yeah, we're gonna move mattress, use the template and just remeasure, make sure that fits. Cook the wood up. But first, Linda, what's job number one?
The kettle is already on, darling.
Yeah.
The tea will be brewing shortly.
I work better with a cup of tea. Right, we better crack on. So yeah, that's going to look a lot better, and it gives you a job to do, painting all that while I'm doing the other end.
Good. And here he is, laying down on the job.
Having a rest. So we're using panel pins and no more nails.
And the first piece of plywood is up, and there's the second piece with a little cutout that he's got to do. So that should be fun and games.
But it's typical.
What is he doing?
One I filmed Ben's.
Yeah.
I'll have to replace that one. And yeah, it's coming on quite nice. So I've just got to finish this with the pins, then I can sit and do the other piece and get ready. Right, get in there. Well, I've cut this piece best I can. There's a bit out of the door, the bottom of the bed, on the back. This side's a bit wobbly because that side's a bit wobbly and it's been hard to get in. But
it's a boat. It's all wobbly.
We have a bit of caulking down there. So,
fingers crossed.
If I've done this right. Oh yeah, look at that down there. Oh yes, look at that.
You forgot something. No more nails.
Well, I've tested it.
Oh, testing. Okie dokie.
I just thought of something.
What? Got to get it out now, haven't you?
I can't get the thing out. I'll find a way. But yeah, I'm pleased with that. It's a good job.
I'm very pleased as well. You've done a good job. Well done.
Fill with a couple of nail holes, a tiny bit of wood filler, and then rub it, very light rub, and you can get painting.
Ooh, super duper.
Excellent. So that's all done from our point of view. All the bit of wood's freshly in. And it's only wood before, so we could just have painted that, but it's all covered in sticky stuff. And as you can see, Linda's painting. So...
No, I'm priming.
Well, same kind of thing, paint. So Linda's doing the primer, and that looks so much nicer already. Certainly better than green carpet.
Anything is better than that blooming green carpet.
Yeah. And if you watched our earlier videos when I was getting paint everywhere, it's a shame I wasn't filming early because Linda's just got some in her hair, in her face, got her brush.
I didn't get any in my face.
Got it everywhere and was moaning, oh, I'm covered in paint. And
I got a little bit on my hair.
Yeah.
I didn't get any on my face, I didn't get any anywhere else. Talk about exaggeration.
So there's Linda's foot with paint on it. She's just put her foot in the paint lid. But yeah, I'm exaggerating, yeah? Anything else you want to get it in?
Can you move the paint lid, please?
It's called preparation, my dear. Get things ready beforehand.
I know. Take it off. Will you please get a wet rag and take it off my foot?
I've got to stop filming now because I've got to help Linda's foot off. You wally. So today's task is just a short one. We're just at the boat for a small time, and what I'm looking at is this wall here, where you can see behind us we've done that wall there. Doesn't it look lovely? And we're obviously going to do the same to this wall, but on this wall we've got the dreaded green carpet down here, which you can see, and I've removed this piece here and behind the fire, so I've removed some of this just to have a little look behind. And what we've got to do now is work out whether to put the boarding straight down to the floor or do the flooring first, because there's this front piece here where we've got to work out which bit we're going to do first. So today's just sort of an exploration day, bit of measuring day, bit of thinking day before we clear off.
And a little bit of painting day.
Oh yeah, you're painting that bit above the bed down the other end, and that finishes off the other side, doesn't it? Correct. Whichever it is, port to starboard, I've never learned. What side's that side? The left facing forwards.
Maybe you ought to learn.
Yeah, us land lovers, eh? Anyway, we'll work it out. Well, this morning's job is to board all along here, possibly board here, put the radiator pipe covers back on, but it's freezing in here. You can see I've got the fire and just slowly smouldering away. There's not a whole lot of heat, because I don't want it, I've got to work in, I'll get too hot. But we can't have the central heating on because we've got the radiator off, got a pipe that's, the tap leaks a bit at the end, most of the water's out. So basically I'm going to do this boarding here, I've got about 9 of these cut and varnished already. And I'm going to get to about here where the radiator is. You can see where the radiator will go there, but I can't put those boards on yet because I haven't cut them yet, so I've got to do a base down here that covers all the pipes up. So today I can do a fair old bit, get some boards stuck down, get the floor bit done, cover the pipes up, then I can measure, I could have guessed but I'd rather measure it accurately, measure the further boards, go home, where at home the saw is, cut all the boards up along there, varnish them, get them all done, first a couple of coats of varnish, and then come back tomorrow or the day after to fit them all, put the radiator back on, successfully plumb the radiator in with no leaks, and yeah, then we can move on down to the next section there, and this bit's kind of done. Apart from the floor, that's a job for another day. Right, better crack on with this. Well, that's me done for today. I've done all the wood that I had varnished and measured up and got ready to put in place. It's all in place. It's an absolute state in here, I'll show you in a minute. But my back's really hurting. I've done what I needed to do. I've got the measurements for the next bit of wood. So I've had a very, very good few hours on the boat. Here, I'll show you what I'm doing. Have a look down here. So as you can see, there's the wood around the fire that I've put the tongue and groove. The bit at the end's loose, it's not fitted yet because there's a small piece I've got to cut at home. I've measured that up. There's the boards looking nice. And then down the bottom here, that's now the new pipe cover. It used to be a bit of old carpet and hardboard. So that looks really quite nice. You can see the tissue around the bottom of the radiator pipe. That's just to check it's not leaking. I don't think it is. This one drained a bit overnight. The tap is off, but it still drips a little bit. But anyway, here's the next piece. Oops, ready to go on when I'm ready. There's the next piece, and so you can get a good idea of what I'm doing down there. And I think that looks pretty good. So I've just got to cut 22 planks now, 83 centimetres tall, varnish them all, and fit them. Not much, eh? So I'll be doing that tomorrow, back at home in the warm. Well, here we are now, taking the boards from the kitchen. And you think it's going to look nice?
It's going to look a damn sight better than that green carpet.
Aren't you going to miss the green carpet?
Yeah, like a toothache. I'm going to miss it like a toothache.
Hi folks. Well, I haven't done much filming for a bit of the DIY. You saw me, I was putting the panelling on the left hand side of the boat. Well, it's all done. I'm very pleased. I've just been doing a little bit of finishing off today. I was nearly there before. But you can see the tongue and groove here. Looks good, doesn't it? So what I'll do, I'll flip the camera around and show you what it looks like. So you remember that's the green carpet that was all through the boat. Look at our earlier videos, you'll see it. Well, if we come from the kitchen area, you can now see, look at that, all the way along our tongue and groove, right up to the cupboard in the corner. It's got a new shelf in it as well, tidied it up. And then down this side, which is what I was working on this week and last week, and I've just fitted the very last piece in that corner. You probably see it's a slightly different colour because the varnish is still wet. I got that cut at work to get the edge nice. There was a chair in front, that'll look lovely anyway, but you never see it. The bottom, the pipes I'm very pleased at. I've now got the water back in the radiator system. You can see the tissues just checking for leaks. I'm a bit obsessive about leaks. I've got the water working. It took a bit of bleeding, but that's all working. So I can put this bottom plank here on when I'm ready. And you can see the floor, which used to be horrible grey carpet tiles. That is now going to be a nice little laminate. In fact, here it is. Rigid vinyl flooring. It's a 4mm thick click stuff. It clicks together. It's really good. So there we are. So as you can see, some pretty good progress there. I've still obviously got the floor to do, but the first job is the dinette area. I just want to get that tied up and finished and done, because that's only a small job. It won't take me long. I'll just show you what I've got to do next on here. Here is dinette. This old flooring was under the carpet. We're just going to put the new click tiles on top of there. I've got to do the tongue and groove there. That's not too much work to do. 7 long planks, 14 short ones, and a bit of work on those. And then we can get this area finished and then go onto the floor all the way along there with the new flooring, ready for the spring cruise when we move marinas. Looks good, doesn't it? Good morning, folks. Well, it's a cold, wet Monday morning, but our marina phoned a couple of days ago and said they can fit us in to get the blacking done before we leave. So pleased at that, because they couldn't book it. They had quite a waiting list, but they've booked us in. I had to get down here Monday morning at 8 o'clock, get the thing started and get down to the dry dock. So off I go. It's get the blacking done time. Well, I've turned it round. I'm heading towards the dry dock at the end of the marina. It's a really tight turning point here, but I'll show you where I'm going. I'll turn it around now. That's where we're off, the dry dock at the end by the old mill, which is what this marina grew up around. And so it's a lovely little dry dock. You just have that stop lock there and then drain at the end into the River Stort, which is down there, which is lower than the Stort navigation. So water's draining now. As you can see, it's going down, down, down. So water's going now. Bottom don't look too bad. Bit of rust action in places. Anodes are in good nick. There's lots of anodes on this boat. Yeah, you can see a few little bits where it's starting. So blacking definitely needed doing. Excellent. So, just picking the boat up, look at that. That's for blacking done. Couple of little minor wells, puddle wells, historical, couple of mil deep, but might as well get them done while we're there. Beautifully blacked and ready to refloat. Well, that's it for this week, folks. If you've enjoyed it, you know what to do. And
thumbs up, press like.
Should have got that right by now. And subscribe if you would. See you next week, folks. Bye.
Have a nice week.